So welcome to the chapter where we will be doing the hands-on implementation of the CNN model. So those who have not seen my previous chapters about how to make the notebook running locally, please go and visit so that you can start your Jupyter notebook locally and get it running. And I will be providing this notebook to you for your reference so that you can actually make use when you are practicing with me. So before we start actually, okay, what I'm going to do it is, and I'm going to download an MNIST dataset. So when I'm going to download the MNIST dataset, I want uh, you to understand how important it is for data validation before you start downloading it, that dataset also. So what we are going to do this in the entire exercise is we are going to download the samples of handwritten content from 0 to 9, and we are trying to understand or read those images, and from that we will try to find out what number or that what numeric value that image represents, and that's what is this uh, entire implementation is all about. So how it is important that we include all sorts of data. Okay, understand what type of data we have it, what data we are going to use it as a part of our develop training your model, and what part of the data we are going to use to validate it against actually. So that we wanted to definitely learn, and that definitely plays a very important role when it comes to implementation or including or developing any of the model. So as you can see that this model consists of close to 70,000 items. Okay, and what these items are, those are, and like I mentioned, the various ways people have written. Okay, and these are the images of those handwritten numbers. We are going to, for training purpose, we are going to use the 60,000 data for training purpose. Okay, and this is what it is showing, the training data also. We will visit the same during programmatically also. And 10,000 of the records, once the training happened, we are specifically keeping the 10,000 records for validation purpose also. We also want to make sure that when we are using this training data, do we have a sufficient examples, okay, for where we can recognize all sorts of data. So that is also important. And that we are going to find out in the form of how is the data classified, okay, what kind of sampling of the data is. And as you can see that the data sampling is, there are more or less a similar number of data. Okay, if you have a certain type of data is very less actually, then I think you should be started worrying about, and it won't be able to recognize that uh, kind of data very much accurately. So you need to make sure that whatever data you are including, those have an equal distribution. Otherwise, your model will get an accuracy. But if your sample test data also don't have that level of distribution properly, then you will see, feel for a moment that, yeah, it's predicting it correctly, but you have trained certain numbers with a less number of data. So data plays an important role. Another thing I wanted to show is what kind of images it is there. Okay, what are the pixel values are there, because though based on that only we are going to make certain calculations, how we are going to take these pixels and push it into a matrix also. That plays an important role because we need to understand what kind of data, what kind of pixels are there. Then another, I think these are the important things basically we should be looking at. Again, every data is a different type of data when you are training. So we should make sure that there uh, checks and balances are in place, and you do understand what kind of data you are using it for your training purpose.